The question is now on the amendment in the nature of a substitute. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed signify by saying no.
No.
In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The amendment is agreed to.
Request a recorded vote.
Pursuant to House rules, further proceedings on this measure will be postponed.
Yeah, I'll withdraw that request.
The ranking member Lynch withdraws. The question is now on favorably reporting H.R. 2409 as amended. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed signify by saying no.
No.
In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it, and the bill is ordered favorably.
Now I request a
Okay.
recorded
A
vote.
recorded vote is ordered as previously announced. Further proceedings on the question will be postponed. Our next item for consideration is H.R. 67, Modernizing Retrospective Regulatory Review Act. The clerk will please designate the bill.
H.R. 67, the Modernizing Retrospective Regulatory Review Act, a bill to require the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs, OIRA, to issue guidance for using technology to retrospectively review existing federal regulations and, in consultation with relevant agencies, report on the progress of the federal government in making agency regulations available in a machine-readable format.
Without objection, the bill should be considered as read and open for amendment at any point. Without objection to order, the chair recognizes himself to offer an amendment in the nature of substitute. The clerk please designate the amendment.
An amendment in the nature of a substitute to H.R. 67, as offered by Mr. Comer of Kentucky.
Without objection, the amendment is considered as read, and the substitute will be considered as original text for the purpose of further amendment. I now recognize the sponsor of the bill, Representative Biggs from Arizona, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for taking up this bill today. I support, obviously, my bill, H.R. 67, the Modernizing Retrospective Regulatory Review Act. This bill builds on President Trump's deregulatory agenda, which is to cut red tape, restore accountability, and put American businesses first. Under his leadership, we've seen how pro-growth policies lift burdens and unleash opportunity. H.R. 67 carries that mission forward. American businesses must be free to grow without being buried under outdated, duplicative rules from the D.C. swamp. Thousands of regulations stack up every year, and agencies lack the tools to clear them out. President Trump understands this. That's why H.R. 67 matters. It brings in modern tools like artificial intelligence to help agencies identify obsolete or conflicting rules faster and more efficiently. I also want to highlight support from the Administrative Conference of the United States, which is an independent agency that advises the President, Congress, and federal agencies on improving administrative process. And I ask unanimous consent to enter into the record a letter from the Office of the Chairman of the Administrative Conference of the United States, which highlights the ACUS recommendations that are included in my bill.
Without objection, it's ordered.
Thank you. H.R. 67 saves taxpayer dollars, cuts red tape, and clears a path for American job creators. I urge my colleagues to support it. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I'll yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Chair now recognizes Mr. Lynch for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I cannot accept the current form of this bill. I cannot support it. The bill would require the Administrator of the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs at the Office of Management and Budget to issue a report within 6 months on the progress of the federal government in making regulations available in a machine-readable format. This is a laudable goal. However, the bill would also require the Administrator to issue guidance, there we go with guidance, within 1 year on how agencies can use technology to identify through retrospective review of regulation typographical errors and inaccurate cross-references. These are reasonable steps to help modernize the regulatory process. However, the bill adds onerous new requirements for the agencies to submit detailed plans for which regulations they plan to retrospectively review and to implement those plans beginning 6 months after they are submitted. The bill also creates an open-ended authority giving agency heads the discretion to review regulations when such review is not required by statute. So when we compare the previous bill, which undermined guidance, this adds a layer of guidance, further confusing the overall intent of Congress in the statute. This could be a dangerous tool in the wrong hands and allow for more resources being used on reviewing rules than actually writing those rules, which I suspect would please the author of this bill. I have a letter from the Coalition for Sensible Safeguards that addresses these issues, and I ask unanimous consent to include it in the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. I now recognize myself to speak in favor of Representative Biggs' bill. As the regulatory state grows, Congress must ensure agencies review the regulations that currently exist. Many agencies are already required to engage in periodic retrospective review. Retrospective review helps agencies decide if the current